25th anniversary celebration begins with a bunch of new cards. It wouldn't be new cards without some Dark Magician support. For some context, however, one of them revolves around this card, which was revealed a while ago. So let's just retake our minds back to the golden sarcophagus of light here to remind ourselves why this is relevant for the new support. So it's a continuous spell that can be destroyed by monster effects. You can only use the following effects once per turn. During the main phase, you can add a card from your deck to your hand that mentions Gold Sark of Light, so you will be able to add one of the new cards here. And if your opponent specials a monster from the grave, except during the damage step, discard a spell, target one of those monsters, send it to the grave. Is that once per turn? Except if your opponent special summon... Okay, so you can just discard spells to send special summon guys your opponent controls. Kinda neat. Okay, so why is that relevant? Well, because a bat chest we've got. Braku Magician, the Ebon Sorcerer. Level 7, 25, 21, Dark Magician stats there. It is, you can only use the first and third effect of this each once per turn. If Gold Sark of Light is on the field, special summon this. So this guy, if you control that card we just read, just gets to put himself onto the field for free as a body. Like an actual Kashtira. Wow, that's incredible. 2-card combo for a unicorn. But it becomes Dark Magician while in the monster zone. And if this card is destroyed by a card effect and a level 5 or higher monster is on the field, you can special summon this card and set a spell trap directly from your deck that mentions Dark Magician. I don't remember if I've read any of the other Gold Sark related cards. I can't remember if there are any revealed. There might be. I'm not sure if this is good or not. I don't know if you want to be playing Gold Sark of Light in Dark Magicians going forward. So, yeah. But related to this, we get a Mirror Force. A Dark Magic Barrier Mirror Force. Normal trap, an opponent monster declares an attack, or an opponent monster effect is activated that would destroy a monster on the field. Monster dimensions Gold Sark of Light is on the field. Basically, Mirror Force if you control the guy. The next time each monster you control that mentions that card would be destroyed by battle or card effects. It is not destroyed. Also destroy all types of monster your opponent controls. Then if you control Dark Magician, flick 500. So, it really is basically just Mirror Force. With a more of a nuisance activation requirement, but on the plus side you get to search it, and you get to do a little bit of burn damage and protect your guys from being destroyed by card effects and battle for the whole turn. I mean, I feel like it does so little for like extra steps, for way more extra steps than just Mirror Force. And the Mirror Force isn't even good. So I don't know. I think this is clearly supposed to be like cool little thematic you know, stuff, but I don't see this being remotely playable. Extra Zegs. Yeah, that's what I said. These are some solid new cards, but going to be used in Dark Magician decks rather than the Gold Sark of Light. Really? I'm glad to see more Gold Sark support. Not even Gold Sark is safe from the antagonist, lore-wise belonging to the Archetype. Black Rose Judgment, Destruction Effect confirmed to be a magical attack. Oh, great. I guess we have canon. Judgment Dragon is actually not physical damage. It's spell damage. Yeah, for anyone who roleplays with their cards. There you go. That's something we got here. Your logic makes no sense. Yugi has it. Well, they're arguing about the cards here. All right. Anyway, whatever. Here's another cool card. It's a level 8 Dark Dragon. Oh my god, a Dark Dragon! Can't believe we're getting more of those cards. Can't be normal or set. Must be special from your hand by your opponent having 25 or more cards in their graveyard. If you have 25 cards, this gains 25. Is this card good? No, it's absolutely useless and unplayable. What is it referencing? The 25th anniversary of the game! Isn't that crazy? Yes, there you go. It's an anti-grass card, right? Surely it'll be playable. Yeah, that's the whole, yeah, it's a 25th anniversary card. Okay, now, let's get into...
Exodia, obliterate!
Oh! We have a whole ass new Exodia archetype, man. We got there's a spell here, there's a bunch of pieces, there's a whole, I mean, look how many new freaking cards we got here. Look at this. There's a boss monster fusion. There's, I think that's a giant soldier, a stone reprint, big shield gardener. I mean, yeah, there's all the references here, you know, there's all the references. Okay, all right, let's go. Let's begin with the boss monster. The Phantom Exodia Incarnate. Mabaroshi no Shukanshin Exodia. Level 10 Dark Spellcaster Fusion. Question mark attack. Requires 5 Forbidden One. You know, maybe you could like quick play, like polymerization. Just fuse the pieces in your hand before you win condition, win the duel, right? Did you know that it's technically illegal to have 5 pieces of Exodia in your hand and not declare that you've won. Because that's considered like stalling. Did you know that? Fun fact. This card on the field cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. Once per turn, if it battles during damage calc, it gains attack equal to your current life points. That's potentially very huge. But it's just permanently question mark attack, right? Once per turn, when a spell trapper effect is activated, quick effect, negate the... Oh, say the line, Konami. Say the line. When a card activate, negate. Okay, great. So this guy negates spells and traps. Awesome. Bedge, honestly. Once per turn during the end phase, you can set one Exodia spell. I love PSET in this game. Set one Exodia spell or trap or obliterate directly from your deck. Nice. I can't think of any other Exodia spells and traps right now. It's like, it's okay, sure, whatever. During your standby, you lose 1,000 life points. Wow, okay, great. Sure. Is this card good? Spells and trap negates, I guess, once, though. 5 Forbidden One monsters. Alright, if they don't give this deck some sort of, like, branded or miracle fusion style effect, this is, like, completely unplayable, right? Because, like, well, how else are you going to fuse it? It must be, it must be. Anyway, let's keep reading. We got Millennium Cross here, which is a normal spell card. Take 5... Look how it looks beautiful, by the way. Take 5 Forbidden Monsters from your hand, deck, and or face-up field, and then reveal them. Then special Phantom God Exodia Incarnate from your deck, and then shuffle those monsters, shuffle all face-up monsters you control into the deck, except Exodia monster cards, whose original level is 10 or higher, and Millennium monster cards. Also, you cannot Jesus Christ. Also, you cannot summon monsters for the rest of this turn, but you can normal set. After activation, shuffle this card into the deck instead of sending it to the graveyard. Is this one sentence? Hang on. There's no way. Is this one sentence? This is one sentence. This is one singular sentence. How... I need to read it again, because I've already forgotten what it does. So you reveal the pieces from your deck. You just special summon from the extra. It's not a fusion summon. It's a just special summon. And then it shuffles what? All face-up monster cards you control into the deck. Right, okay. So reveal from your deck... Special summon from the extra the guy, and then you can shuffle your own... I don't know why the shuffling thing is good. Maybe it doesn't want you to make a board, and then just activate this and then get a free guy that's a spell and trap negate. I suppose is like the balancing aspect here. It seems really slow. Well, I don't know if slow is like the word I'd use. It seems very underwhelming to just really end on this here, right? Okay, so it's a drawback. Isn't that kind of what I just said? It's not once per turn. Well, the thing is, it doesn't matter that it's not once per turn because you cannot summon monsters for the rest of this turn. Yeah, so you literally, this is your last play. Alright, so next card here. First of all, do we think this is good? I suppose we need to see like how it works in tandem with the rest of the cards here, but let's keep going. The caveman that awoke after a millennium. Me after breakfast, dude. The caveman that awoke after a millennium. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. This is in your hand. Place it in your face-up spell and trap zone as a continuous spell. If this is a continuous spell, you can pay 2,000 or reveal a Millennium Cross in your hand, special this, and then add a Millennium monster or a Sengenjin from your deck to your hand. It can be destroyed by monster effects. Okay, so this guy can basically just summon itself for free. By paying 2,000 or revealing a Millennium Cross in your hand. You know what my first thought when I like read this wasn't even like anything to do with Millenniums. It's just like it's just a level 8 extender. But if you have a Millennium Cross in your hand, it summons itself and then adds any guy, which is obviously kind of broken. But you know, rotas are only as good as their targets. So searching a Sengenjin, is that good? It's been a while since I remember what that card did. Sengenjin. What? There's no shot. There's no shot. That's the target? No, there has to be like a retrain or something. No. There has to be like a different version. Ain't no way, dude. Ain't no way, dude. Ain't no way. Or a Sengenjin from your deck to your hand. Okay, I think we're just adding Millennium Monster. Brother, you just read the retrain? Yes, I know. What's your point? Sengenjin is great. Shut up. Read the flavor text. Wait, hold on. Hang on, this is important. An unstoppable savage that carries Millennium items. Wow, he's crazy. All right, that's very funny. Basically, it's a rota for the whole archetype, so that's very good, though, to be fair. Any Millennium monster. Golem that guards the Millennium treasure. A level 6 Earth Rock monster, 2022. You can only first attack once per turn. If this is in your hand, place it face up in your spell and trap zone as a continuous spell. If there's a continue. Okay, so they all do that. That's kind of cool. So this one specials itself, then adds a Temple of the Stone slabs from your deck to your hand. Is that a new card? It is a new card. Okay, great. All right, it adds one of the new cards. All right, well, I guess we'll see what it does. The activation of your Millennium Cross cannot be negated. It's kind of neat, actually. I see this playstyle that it's completely, totally focused on this Millennium Cross thing. Let's see. Shield of the Millennium Destiny. This is a level 5 Earth Rock, 30 defense. You can use first and second once per turn. If this is in your hand, okay, so the whole same effect there, placing it from your hand in spell and trap, special summoning or revealing. Special summon this, then add the Millennium Cross. Okay, this one just adds the Millennium Cross. So I was worried because all of these revolve around Millennium Cross, and I don't even think this one adds monsters. But this one, so now you just have 6 copies of Millennium Cross in your deck. This is very good, obviously. So this is just the guy that gets you the cross, and then you can start summoning the rest of the guys. I don't like that they're different levels. It would have been cool for them to be, if they had some synergy between their levels, 5, 6, 8. That's kind of bizarre, honestly. They're all just different levels, but sure, let's keep going here. But yeah, the shield is the Rotus. That's really good. The Millennium Moon Maiden. Level 4, Light Illusion. Only use first and second once per turn. It's in your hand. Place it. If your opponent activates a card or effect while this is a continuous spell, special this. And if you do, your opponent cannot target level 5 or higher illusion and spellcast you control with card effects this turn. The way this is worded is that it seems like the intention was to offer protection, because you place it and then so you place it here on your spell and trap zone as protection. Then you start using your other guys. But the problem is that it only starts protecting after your opponent activates a card or effect. So by the time... So they've already targeted your monster. They've already asked you by the time this thing even activates. So they get to use something, then it summons itself, then your opponent can't target level 5 or higher illusion spellcasters. So it feels like it's protection in a card that's too late. I don't really see what this really offers you. And it obviously has the standard illusion effect here. This card is bad. Like, unless I'm misreading this, this is just not a good card. Hi, Quanto. Millennium Fiend Reflection. Level 4 Wind Illusion. 13-14 goes to the first and second effect once per turn. Place it in spell and trap. If your opponent activates card effect while this is a continuous spell, special this and then gain life equal to half the attack of one monster on the field. So, yeah, so these two here don't really seem to offer anything. They're just bodies that summon themselves for free when your opponent hand traps you, I guess. So this is the idea here is that this is like supposed to be like hand trap. I wouldn't even say protection. That's a very strong stretch to say that Maiden actually does give you protection. But it's a time card, I suppose. Question. Is this considered a fusion spell? This is not a fusion spell, right? So you can't verte this. Okay. All right, let's keep going. All right, so this is the Temple of the Stone Slabs. This is the most important one, it seems, because the guy searches it. Shoutouts to the Giant Soldier of Stone. Field spell. How much do you guys want to bet that this is just searches one of the cards? Any money. How much money do you think this thing just searches one of the guys? Field spell. You can only use first effect once per turn. During your main phase, place one monster from your hand face up in your spell and trap zone as a continuous spell, and then place a Millennium monster, a Sengenjin, from your deck face up in your spell and trap zone as a continuous spell. Well, honestly, it doesn't add at places, so it's kind of cool. It's a little bit original. You know, it's following the theme. It's being kind of thematic. What is Sengenjin? Please tell me this guy is considered Sengenjin. Because it says you can play Sengenjin, but, like, why would you do that? That's just a vanilla. Yeah, placing isn't the same as adding, which dodges Ash Blossom, which is the most important thing here. No, so what's the point of this Sync Engine clause? What's the... I feel like this is all of the frog cards that say, except Frog the Jam. Like, it's just there for no reason. They might as well have not put that text in there. It was just for fun, right? He carries the Millennium items. True, read the text. Okay. Well, it places any Millennium monster. So now you have 9 copies of Millennium Cross if you want. If a face-up Millennium monster or a Seng Engine is destroyed by battle or card effects, place it face-up in the spell and trap zone and continue spell instead of sending it to the graveyard. I think it would be so cool if they were traps, because then you could summon them. Okay, so let's keep going. Okay, so there's more. Wow, we have a quick play spell card. Is this searchable? The second one is a spell and trap searcher, I think, right? Set an Exodo spell. Okay, Exodo Blaze, quick play spell. 1 level 10 or higher monster you control with Exodia in its original name gains these effects. Pay half your life, can't activate other cards or effects for the rest of his turn, and also destroy as many cards in the spell and trap zones as possible. Then equip 2 Forbidden One monsters from your hand and or deck to this card as an equip spell that gives it 2000 attack. Huh? Huh? So it erratas your fusion guy, right, basically. And it equips him with legs, dude! It gives him legs! This is so stupid! Oh my god, that's so funny. If this card attacks defense position monster, inflict piercing battle damage. Great. It gives him legs and piercing damage, and gives it 2,000 extra attack. So it goes up to 4,000, so it's now on 4,000, then it can pierce for 6,000. That's, I don't know. Is this good? Why is it good to equip the pieces? Because you can, like, Dark Factory them to your hand and actually win with Exodia. It's an Exodia archetype, but I'm not actually seeing if you do want to actually use the Exodia win condition in this. None of this really seems to support that, other than the thing that searches, that sets Obliterate from the deck. And then you can start Obliterate, adding them back from the graveyard, but that's really slow. So I don't know if that's actually what your win condition should be if you try and actually somehow play this deck. The restrictions on special summoning the fusion monster make it feel very slow as well. But I think you can probably do a bunch of plays with this deck before you actually need to use the Millennium Cross. Because all of these guys just place themselves and special summon themselves. So maybe you can do some fancy extra deck plays and stuff like that, involving it if you want, before you summon Exodoman. Final cards here, we've got Raging Hellfire. Oh, that's getting localized into... What do you think TCG is going to change the name to? Raging Hellfire. Maybe like Angry Oven, you know? Slightly Mad Campfire. Exodo Flame. Normal Trap card. Funny Sparks. You can only use the first and second effect of this name each once per turn. If you control level 10 or higher Exodia monster, destroy all cards your opponent controls. That's kind of bazinga. Wow, that's kind of ridiculous. You get a searchable, like board wipe. Like, full field wipe. If this is in your grave, except the turn it was sent there, banish and activate one of these effects. Add a Forbidden One from deck or grave to hand. And shuffle up to 5 Forbidden Ones from your grave and or banishment into the deck. Oh, it recycles your banished ones as well. It's a shame it doesn't draw here. It feels like you can maybe do the win condition in this deck as well. I don't know. You would have to play Obliterate. That card is really slow. And maybe Incarnate or something. What is a banishment? Ah, you are unaware? You don't know the new name? You don't know the new name? Yeah, so I'm gonna hazard a guess here and say that this doesn't actually try and use the win condition. But it does look like a funny deck that weirdly has a decent amount of consistency. There's just like 9 Millennium Crosses in your deck list. So that's kind of neat, actually. Clueless? Wait, do you think this actually does the win condition? The Exodia pieces are just bricks in this? Yeah, they don't seem to offer much. They needed a Link 1 that specifically requires Forbidden Ones. There you go. Obliterate isn't slow, it's just Compulse. I think you're misremembering the main deck level 10 recurring pieces. Okay, yeah, so it's not the trap card, it's the main deck guy, right? But it's every end phase it adds 1 piece, right? So it's like... 1 piece mentioned! Sorry. So you need like 5 turns to do that, don't you? Right? So it's kind of useless. Anyway, holy, it really is Exodia support. Grandpa, Exodia support. Can't say I expected that. Neat. Wow, Exodia support, where the basis of the strategy is Millennium Cross, a card that cannot be searched and has to be in hand to do anything. Are you trolling? Edit, it says or. It's an interesting archetype. Edit. Good job, Andrew. Nice reading. Are you sure it is an or reveal cross and not and? Because shield searches cross. What's the point of doing that if you already have it? Oh, actually, that's a good point. I hope we get the retrain of the 5 pieces. Jesus Christ, imagine. Simons, why was he blue anyway? Dialogue, background music, and Eternal Duelist was so good. What the fuck is this trash? Okay, whatever. Anyway, so TLDR, this looks really funny. Very funny, actually. Is it competitively viable? Not even remotely close, honestly. But if anyone here was ever interested in playing Sengenjin Turbo, now you can! We've got Sengenjin as a real boss monster that you can build a deck around. So, you know, it's really cool. It's kind of cool.